best content Star Wars has ever put out, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Some of the best.
Whoa.
Sup, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I am not here alone. I am now with my buddy, Star Wars Network. Go ahead and tell people where they can find Jetman. Oh, by the way, you guys are watching Dylan's Little Hobbies. We're talking Star Wars. The Clone Wars,
Okay. You guys can personally find me on Star Wars Network when we do start up.
People don't talk about this
Bro,
argument.
maybe you should make a video about that, or maybe make me do a video about that. Like,
You should do a video on it. This is such an underrated arc because
honestly,
we literally have character growth for both Ahsoka, we have character growth for Anakin, we have Tarken, we have Obi-Wan, we have Obi-Wan being Obi-Wan, we have the droids, we have the Separatists literally trying to get information from this random Jedi about to destroy the Republic. This is straight up Star Wars, man!
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Think about it. So, the next arc that we are going to be talking about today, guys, is the Echo Dies arc. But this actually, it's an important arc because yes, we lose Echo in this, and the way he goes out, oh my god, it's incredible. Actually. But this arc is technically actually an Ahsoka character arc, which is why I actually really love this arc. And it starts with Season 3, Episode 18, The Citadel. And this is a really interesting arc as well because Tarken is actually in this arc. So how this episode starts out, the Separatist has captured Master Peel trying to gain knowledge of a secret hyperspace lane. If the Separatists get this information, they could ambush the Republic, which would absolutely be terrible for the Republic because the Republic has been using this secret hyperspace lane to get around the Separatists and try to win the war. A mission to save him is planned by using Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan. This is the first time Tarkin meets Anakin, and it is just absolutely awesome. And what I really love about this scene where Anakin meets Tarkin is the fact that it just builds up why Anakin left the Jedi Order. Yes, it's because he loves Padme. It's because he's scared to lose her, but he's also dealing with the fact that no one trusts Anakin, and eventually he also has his own views within this episode, and he literally says to Tarkin that he actually agrees with Tarkin's point of view. It really builds up Anakin as a character. I absolutely love this episode.
Yeah, now, especially like if you flash forward and you see like Tarkin and him in A New Hope, they respect each other, basically.
Yep.
You know, and I like that.
Vader doesn't respect anyone except Palpatine because he has to. He's a darn slave to Palpatine. But Vader doesn't respect anyone in that room except Tarkin.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. That is incredible. You have the scariest guy in the galaxy. Not scared of Tarkin, but respectful of Tarkin.
Yep.
That builds up Tarkin's character that much more in A New Hope, and we get to see where that starts in this arc. Because Tarkin, it's never specifically said in the shows or the movies, but we actually do find out in the books that Tarkin has an idea that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker, which of course he's right. Because, and this is the whole thing, right? Anakin doesn't want to lose anyone, and his whole character is about dealing with loss, and he just can't do that. He can't sacrifice anyone. He does not want Ahsoka Tano to go on such a dangerous mission, and it's really kind of hypocritical of it when you think about it, because she's gone on some major, worse, dangerous missions with them before, but this one, he doesn't know if he's going to survive or not, and that's scary because this is Anakin Skywalker, and he doesn't want Ahsoka Tano to risk her life trying to do this for the Republic, because he doesn't know if he's going to survive this, so he doesn't want his student. He wants to protect his student, and I like the comparison here, because Ahsoka Tano taking in what Anakin has always taught her, which is not to follow orders, because Anakin doesn't follow orders. So what does she do? She goes along with him. Citadel. And it's actually really smart. And it actually turns out that if she didn't, they actually wouldn't be able to get very far, because they have the whole place ray shielded, which wasn't planned for Obi-Wan and Anakin, and they have to send Ahsoka Tano into the vents to actually, hopefully, get into the place in the first place. And it's just fantastic. This entire first episode is just fantastic. They sneak into the Separatists. They were actually frozen in carbonite. That way, when the scanners went over them, there would be no biological components picked up by the Separatist scanners. Yep. So instead, they literally R2-D2 in control of a couple of captured Separatist droids and snuck in. And I absolutely love when Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out of carbon freeze, and he's like, yeah. Oh my god, is that Ahsoka? Yeah, that was a great scene. But there's another reason why this is absolutely awesome, because this builds up what happened in Episode 5 with Han Solo. The reason why Anakin, Darth Vader, knows that this will work, or could work, is because he's done it before in the Clone Wars. Now, the facility on the City in the Skies, those facilities are kind of rough. That's why he wanted to test it on Han Solo, to make sure it didn't kill his son. He's done this before in the Clone Wars, so he knows it's gonna work. That's why he decides to try it on Luke Skywalker later on. And I like how it actually builds up that moment later on. Okay, so I really like this. The way that Peel is keeping all of this safe is he doesn't have all of the information. So even if he cracks and gives half of the information out, they can't do anything without the other half. And who has the other half? His general, or not his general, what was it? I can't remember. I think it was Commander? Was it Commander?
It was Commander, yeah. I forget what his name is.
His Peel, Peel has his Commander know the other half. And guess who his Commander turns out to be?
Oh,
Tarken.
yeah.
Tarken! Peel decides to split up the team, because that way they get to the rendezvous sites without Peel or Tarkin being in possible danger again. End up fighting a whole bunch of droids out of their way. It's a whole blast. There's even this like gas line that Anakin, Tarkin, and Ahsoka go through, and Anakin actually just blows up the gas line. It's such a cool scene. I really enjoy all of this. But story-wise, what eventually happens is, while trying to get to a ship, we have our boy, Echo, try to enter it, but then the bomb goes off, and he dies. You know what?
Yeah, you mean Bodhi, right?
Bodhi, the pilot.
Yeah. Yep.
It's the exact same thing that happens to Bodhi. But I really like how in this scene, and by the way, throughout this entire episodes, we see death after death after death. Some guy even, one clone just gets chopped in half by a door. And something that I love about Star Wars: The Clone Wars, what is amazing about Star Wars: The Clone Wars, is they actually do the whole death scenes properly. They do not take away from the fact that these characters are dying, And yes, they do cut away from the screen. They do not take away from the fact that these characters are straight up giving their lives for the greater good. And I love that. And we just have this one shot of Echo's helmet. That's all we get. That's all we need. The bomb goes off, the helmet lands, we get one shot, and we know Echo is gone. Oh god, that scene is so well done. Master Peel ends up dead. Before he dies, he ends up giving Ahsoka the information she needs. And he tells her that she needs to get this to the Jedi Order. And then we have Tarken, who needs to give it to Palpatine. He only will give it to Palpatine, and Ahsoka will only give it to the Jedi Order. Tarkin, his banter with Ahsoka and his opinion on Ahsoka isn't very impressed. I really like comparison there, because it just builds up both of the characters so well.
The biggest part of this whole arc was
Tarkin.
The Tarkin stuff and the fact that Echo dies, because he's later on more so important.
You know who else is actually in this arc? Jesse.
Yep.
I love Jesse. Jesse is a great character, and I literally forgot that he was in this arc as well.
But overall, I don't really have a lot to say, because this to me was just another simple, kind of adventure.
This is very one that, I'm sorry, this could be a straight up movie.
You're serious about that?
I am, because it does so much. It builds up Tarkin and Anakin's relationship, for one. It's a great adventure with Anakin and Obi-Wan trying to go save this random Jedi from the Separatists. It really builds up the stakes if the Separatists get the information they need, they could just destroy the Republic like that. And then we have Ahsoka Tano, but after her character from that movie, and knowing how she's grown up to what happens in this arc with her character, is fantastic. It could be
no, I do agree with that. 100%.
And then you have all of the stuff with Tarkin and Anakin. That's just icing on the cake. I love this arc, and we're going to get to rate. How much do I love this arc? 3. I straight up love these episodes. These episodes are some of the best. Not the best. They're some of the best episodes Clone Wars has to offer, in my opinion. They are completely a 3 points for me. The music. I actually really enjoy the music scores in these episodes. It really builds up the scenes within these episodes. It's just great. Okay, the story. 3 points. I love the story in these episodes. And the action, 1 point. The characters, the acting, 1 point. Everything, just 1 point. 10 out of 10. I don't give a perfect score to anything. It's very difficult for me to give a perfect score to something, because I'm that critical of it. This gets straight up a 10 out of 10. This is some of the best content Star Wars has ever put out, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Some of the best.
Whoa. Okay.
Some.
Maybe I didn't see something in this one, but okay, that's a hot take, buddy. In a way.
Yep. This is such an underrated arc.
At 2, I enjoyed this one a lot. Well, solidly. It's right in the middle, smack in the middle.
Yep.
Number 1 for music. 2 for the story. I think the story was great. Number 1 for what's the next one again?
The animation?
Or animation. Yeah, no, the animation was good.
Season 3 is where Clone Wars animation actually becomes the norm.
Really, yeah, it becomes good.
It's really good. It becomes really good. It's not epically good later on, in Season 7, but it becomes really good.
Okay, well, anyway, yes. And then it's action and then voice acting, right?
Yep.
Voice acting is last. Yeah, full points to those. It would be an 8 for me.
Yep. 8 out of 10. So mine's a 10. His is an 8.
Subscribe to Dylan's Little Hobbies right now.